Good evening, race fans. Welcome here to Talladega for tonight's Talladega 200. My name is Robert Hill Jr. Joining me tonight, as always, is Chris Wright, and that graphic's not right. This is not Josh Adams. It's Brent Jones with us tonight, guys. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, we're doing great. We have a full field essentially tonight for this late season Dega race. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Talladega playoffs. I mean, what more could you ask for? You know, unless we can get down to the end and get us like a Sheldon Creed Austin Hill situation.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here tonight. Playoff round finale. So lots of drivers on the outside looking to work their way in, including some very, very good plate racers like Johnny Thomas. He's one to watch here tonight. I'm going to pull up the standings here on the screen just so you can have a look. It's very, very tight. So Braxton DeWeese currently the bubble driver, 1 point to the good, followed by Scott Crump, 1 point back. Jay Connor, 2 points back. Justin Fuller, 5 back. Johnny Thomas, 10 back. And Leighton Norgard, 24 back. The only driver actually locked in here tonight is Tyler Fode. And guys, he's your pole sitter. Chris, Brent, why don't you walk us through our starting lineup here tonight?
Well, we've got Fuller on the pool, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw it down right now. I'm going to give you a prediction. Hold on to your britches. A playoff driver will not win this race tonight.
Oh yeah, that sounds really good. Anyway, we have Cody on the pole because who else at this point? Then you have Josh Robinson second, Dustin Dewar third. Very strong qualifying effort by him. Fourth, Scott Crump. Fifth, Justin Fuller. Sixth, Ethan Barrel. Seventh, Jake Kaner. Eighth, Joshua Adams. Ninth, Seth Rolls. 10th, Trey Eidson. 11th, Brandon Ultra. 12th, Trey Holmes. 13th, Gerald Campbell. 14th, Jeff Green. And 15th, Ethan Stanley. Chris Wright, let's take the next 15.
Well, we got Carpenter, Nick Massey, Joe Francis, Garrison Hogan, Jesse Racimus, Braxton DeWeese, Kean Raleigh, Andrew Hardcastle, Casey Hatch, Corey Habit, Michael Goodman, David Tooker, Matthew Weeks, Chad Frankenfield back there in 29th, going to get a lot of Chad White early, William White, Vincent Isabella, Hunter Smith, Harrison Talon, Jaden Racimus, Scott Haney,
Kynan.
Mr. Jones back there, Kanye Jones, Brandon Key, Leighton Norgard, Jonathan Cutlett, and Johnny Thomas.
Well, guys, Chris, you alluded to it. Why don't we kick you off with our race pick here, Chris?
Well, you know what? I drive the Canes machine. I'm going to pick the Canes machine of Josh Adams to go out there and win the race tonight. Though I think Nick Massey will be pretty strong, and I think some of our playoff guys will be up there, obviously. But man, I think we're going to go through this round, and Tyler Fode is the only playoff guy that's going to win.
Brent Jones?
I'm going to go with the wild card here. I'm going to pick it Dustin Dewar. I was very impressed with racing with him last Sunday. He put it on the second row. He might surprise people tonight.
Dustin Dewar, the pick for Brent Jones. I am going to go with... Well, this is tough, guys. I'm going to go with Kean Raleigh, starting all the way back in 23rd to take the win here tonight. Chris Wright, we're coming to the green. Why don't you walk us through it?
Green is out. Fode's on the loud pedal. Teammate Josh Robin, Scott Crump working together on the top. Lots of shuffling. Yeah, lots of shuffling.
Lane did not go past like the third or fourth in the line there.
Dead even out front. Most of the way through the field for about the first, 20 rows where you get to a single file spot. And then it's double file behind them. And talking to some drivers tonight, too, these cars are getting pretty hot pretty quick. So I don't know how much pushing we'll be able to see before we get a blown motor out here. We're 3 wide mid-pack, right around Matthew Weeks, Garrison Hogan, Jeff Green, I believe. Or is that Kean? That might be Kean back there.
Yeah, that's sure. Garrison Hogan and Casey Hatch up on the high side there. Now Harrison Talon through the middle, Chad Frankenfield on the bottom. Kynan Jones in that bit of 3 wide as well. looking a little bit towards the front. It is side by side basically the whole way through. Tyler Fode, Josh Robin up front, Dustin Doer, Scott Crump, row 2, then Fuller and Burrell up there as well. You mentioned Josh Adams in the race tonight. He's kind of hidden there behind Jake Connor, but driving the number 56 Canes machine tonight. He joined us in the booth last week and mentioned how excited he was to have a chance to go out there and compete. And, you know, you see Nick Massey out there as well. Good to see Massey in that Lowe's 48 car, making a rare appearance here in the Rebilas Photography Grand National Series. Matthew Weeks falling back up on the high side all alone. Looks like he's going to try to find himself a hole at the rear of the field.
Here we go. We got a third lane forming up towards the front. Is that Trey Eidson pulled out?
That is the 77 of Eidson up top. Looks like Jeff Green going to be the pusher behind him. Jeff Green, very good pusher. I'm going to give him credit for my Cup win at Daytona a couple weeks ago. Jeff gave me a push there on the last lap. Great opportunity to work forward. So that high line going to look pretty good here. Ethan Standy. What did I just call him? Ethan Standy? It's Ethan Stanley, folks.
Yeah, you caught it so fast. I think you could have just walked right by it.
Nah, I can't walk by that.
You know, he's
already caught the lead. I'll get him go up there.
Yeah, Trey Eidson.
Last night.
You're right. He did. Trey Eidson, very strong competitor. Like you mentioned, he's kind of really come along here this season. Ran a bit of ARCA.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's getting a little tight there. Jeff
Josh
Green.
Robin cut him a break.
Yeah, Robin definitely cut a break there. Scott Crump up there in the middle. That's one of those drivers. I'm going to point out the colors on your scoring tower tonight. If the driver's in yellow, that means they're currently in a playoff spot. If they're in green, that means they're locked in. It's only Tyler Fode. If they are red background, white number, that means they're on the outside looking in right now. And tonight, they got to move if they want to work their way in. And at the end of the night tonight, we'll do our best to get you those numbers as quickly as possible. Seeing a bit of movement towards the rear of the field. Looks like some drivers falling back. Jake Connor falling back. He's able to slot in behind, I believe that to be Justin Fuller on the inside in the number 55 machine. Again,
yeah, right now the inside's pulled ahead.
I just want to reference the points once again. You look at that gap in the bubble between Matthew Weeks and Johnny Thomas. That's 12 points separating guys going for 2 spots. And that is 6 drivers. So a lot can happen here tonight, guys. And we're going to have to keep an eye on those playoff guys all night long. Just taking a look, a couple guys from those playoffs looking like they're trying to try a different strategy here. Matthew Weeks has fallen all the way back to 39th. Just ahead of him in 38th is Johnny Thomas, and then a Leighton Norgard in 36th. So 3 of our playoff guys all the way at the rear. Norgard working with his teammate Corey Abbott. Abbott currently running 34th, and he's another strong plate racer to keep an eye on here in the late going of this race. Winner at Daytona in the 2023 A season. I kind of pushed him there, but hey, shout out Corey Abbott.
Man, I just got a feeling. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this kind of racing without wrecking.
Oh, one thing.
Wow.
Oh, guys. That's getting tight.
Remember,
That's
I think
getting real
last
tight.
season we had a big wreck here early, too.
We did. We did have a wreck here early last season. Sometimes we get those plate races where the wrecks happen just really early. The middle lane kind of killed off here. Jeff Green and Tyler Fode. Then there's a big gap back to Nick Massey and Harrison Talon, who has Trey Holmes behind him. Brett, you alluded to it a little bit there before we jumped up to the incident that was potentially going on at the front, but Harrison Talon was swerving like crazy out there on the racetrack as Justin Fuller has decided, yeah, this is a bit too crazy for a guy on the bubble.
Yep.
Yeah, he's doing his best Metro Cell down there. He's seen all he need to see, and he's getting out of there.
That's exactly it. I mean, you look at those playoff guys right now. Fode, he can do whatever he wants tonight. He can risk it. Stanley has a little bit of leeway, currently running 4th. Trey Eidson, also a little bit of leeway. Then you got a gap back to any other playoff guys, and they're trying to fall out of this thing right now as Jeff Green goes to the lead.
Push there.
Yeah, great push. Nick Massey the pusher. You guys, biggest mover thus far here, obviously very early, and it's a super speedway. Harry Talon up 29 positions, about
Jeff
to
couldn't
push Nick
decide. He
Massey to the
nearly
lead.
got-
Jeff Green drops down in front of Lake Norman.
I thought they were going to go 3 wide with Jeff. I think Fody could have if he
I think
wanted to.
once Dustin Dewar clears that inside lane, he's going to drop down. Actually, when I say that, Nick Massey does nearly pulls Harrison Talon into Jeff Green, so we nearly had a big one up at the front. Anything that does happen towards the front here, guys, is going to be fairly big. As we jump up to the drone camera, just look at the magnitude, the amount of cars that we have together here. It goes all the way back to 25th place Kynan Jones up in the front pack, and then it's a little bit of a gap back to Justin Fuller, who has the rest of the field with him. And I know we got a request for this a little bit earlier on the broadcast. So there's Braxton DeWeese rocking that Halloween scheme tonight. As somebody just lost their mind. It sounded like Ethan Burrell, but I don't think it was. Trey Eidson ducking out of it. He's going to fall to the back, likely looking for his teammate, Justin Fuller. As Fuller just a couple spots behind him.
Frustrated with Harry in line. There's a discussion going on right now about the possibility of him being on a controller.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah. We'll leave that one to you, Chris, right? Is Nick Massey leading the way, my boy? My boy Nick up there leading. Tyler Fody now leading with help from Jeff Green. That's Brandon Ultra trying to work that high side by himself. Look at Jesse Racimus right there, currently running 8th. This is a guy that has come alive a little bit this season, kind of broken out of his shell. Was one of those drivers that typically ran outside the top 20, and we've been starting to see him more and more inside that top 15, top 10 area during these races. So really good to see that 70 coming closer and closer to being one of the guys to watch here in the league as he nearly gets into the outside wall. That was almost an instant commentator's curse on that 70 of Jesse Racimus as they're working their way on the outside of Harrison Talon.
Yeah, Jesse Racimus and Brandon Ultra have been working that high line and pretty much nonstop for the last 5 laps now. Their tenacity is at least an effort worth admiring there.
I think that was Vincent Isabella that just jumped up to the high side. Yes, it was. Good to see Vincent Isabella back here in the Elite Racing League. Stepped away for a little bit. Came back. Another driver that recently returned, Brandon Key, driving that number 20 Nichols Plumbing machine. Currently scored in 27th. Started 37th, so he's working his way in the right direction. And to me, I think the right direction might be backwards at this point with how tight this pack is at the front and some of the moves that we're seeing here, guys.
Some of the moves have been crazy. They've gotten away with all of them, but every time they almost crash, more guys bail out and go ride. So we got a lot of guys now just kind of hanging out and waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, you talk about the group of guys hanging out. Like I mentioned, pretty much anyone behind Kynan Jones, Vincent Isabella is all hanging back right now. So that's Isabella, Jones, Holmes, Cutlip, Hatch, Burrell, Zucker, White, Eidson, Fuller, Key, Frankenfield. And talking about him hanging back, he usually doesn't do that. So you can tell he's big picture racing tonight. Again, Frankenfield, 25 points to the good, but if you get wrecked out early, that 25 points goes right out the window, guys.
Yeah, don't want to get wrecked out early, but he's definitely just hanging out back there.
Someone just said they were about to blow up. That's Harrison Talon, and might be a blessing in disguise to the front of the field.
Pushing green there the last couple laps pretty hard there.
The fact that he was able to duck out of it, avoid blowing up in the pack, because that's the worst. And now we saw Nick Massey look like he was going to get stuck in the snake hole there, but now it looks like the do-good guys might be the ones to fall back. Actually, Dustin Dewar and Jeff Green able to get in front of Nick Massey. Michael Goodman currently working his way up on the high side. I do want to point out that Goodman told us that we can interview him under green while he's running in a pack tonight. Not going to do that until maybe later, just because of the way the racing is so far. but we'll definitely talk to Michael Goodman at some point
right
tonight.
Now, it's 210. We got to wait until he's in the middle 3 wide. And then
That's right. That's right. Chad wide. When he gets Chad wide. Let's take a look. Actually, Brandon Ultra hopping up to the high side here. Nearly got hooked by Jay Connor. Connor going to get into the rear of Ultra. They're going to get back in line in front of Harrison Talon. Vincent Isabella kind of working his way through the lines there. Trying to find what's moving, what's not.
Here comes Adam Petty on the top with some help.
Yeah, Brandon Ultra working his way forward. Currently on the outside of Michael Goodman. We're going to get jump back up to the drone camera. Joe Francis on his inside. They're too wide up towards the top. Nearly contact there between Jake Connor and Vincent Isabella. As you mentioned, Nick Massey working his way forward. Help from Josh Adams. So 2 part-timers coming in, trying to work their way out front.
And that's 2 friends, too. So that Nick and Adams, Nick Adams, that's what we'll call them the rest of the night. Yeah, I think they might be
Nick
1 car
Adams.
for most of the race.
I mean, you look at the inside, you got 4 Lake Norman cars together down there on the inside. Oh, Massey ditching Josh Adams. Like he's just trying to work the proper lanes here. It may end up benefiting Josh Adams in the long run because Nick's going to be able to hop up and pull him through as they continue to duke it out here. 15 laps down, still 62 to go, coming to 61 in this 76 lap race. We didn't mention it earlier, but 76 laps tonight, 4 sets of tires. That doesn't really matter whatsoever here tonight. And halfway will be lap 38, coming to 39.
Right about now, Josh was thinking, what the heck happened? I was working with Nick to go to the front. Nick's the leader, and now I'm still back here at like 10th place.
Nick's got that Lake Norman connection here, Chris. You got to remember that too. It's Lake Norman versus Pro Edge between that 48 and the 56.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter as much. That doesn't matter as much as people make it out to be. How about that? You're just trying to work your way to the front. If you can work your way to the front with a friend, that's great.
Yeah, no, for sure. As Ethan's, that's Tyler Fody, actually. Sorry, their cars are so similar that it can be tough to tell them apart sometimes when you're looking at them from a certain angle. As Tyler Fody going to go to the lead with help from Jeff Green. Then on the inside now it's Nick Massey with Tyler Fody now dropping back down. So Lake Norman trying to take control of those bottom 2 lanes as we see Brandon Ultra kind of swerving his way up through the field. Now gets behind Joe Francis. Looks like he's trying to drop behind Seth Rawls potentially here. Not able to get there. As Josh Adams has fallen back. Currently scored 13th after running up in the top 3 not too long ago. But that can change really quick here, guys. As you all know, Brent Jones, great super speedway racer. Chris, I think you're pretty good on the super speedways as well.
And the best thing about this is patience right now. It's a long race. Anything can happen. More times than not, if you start trying to go for a plan that is beyond what is going your way, it usually just unravels so fast.
One thing I want to point out here, guys, is that second group starting to lose the lead pack just a little bit here. Harrison Talon now leading that second group.
Did you see what happened right there? Harry went all the way down on the apron at the start-finish line. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. He has to be, like, there's discussion about him being on a controller and whatnot. Something's going on with Harry.
I'm going to not comment on that.
I mean, are you not allowed to use a controller in Elite? Is that why?
I don't know that you're not allowed to use a controller in Elite. It's just your inputs are very much 100% right away.
Pretty much static.
That's it. You don't really have too much control over what's going on. If you're turning left, well, you're going full left. If you're turning right, you might as well just put yourself through the wall. So it's pretty tough to control these cars with a controller. Some guys have done a really good job of it. Some of the best iRacers, there are a few of them that actually do use a controller.
Somehow.
He's gonna be okay. Wait, he didn't. He's got to just get up. They're giving him a lane, and he's staying on there. Scott's not happy about that on the radio. Just
Taking
for
a look
everyone
at it
home.
on the Rebilas photography replay machine, looks like a bit of netcode from the 54 into the 45 sent the 54 down into the 90, and that's what caused that. Here's a call out from Fuller.
Yeah, and now more cars have kind of dropped off to ride.
You gotta think some of those guys reacted to the incident that could have happened there with Scott Crump. He's got to get back forward. He has help from Scott Haney and Braxton DeWeese, as well as Brandon Key and Andrew Hardcastle behind him here. So that should help Scott Crump stay at least with that second group. But one thing to note is we've seen the first contact of the race.
Oh, well, Gerald Campbell.
Oh, Gerald, what a save.
Wow. Nice save by Gerald Campbell there, guys. Able to gather that back up. Let's see if we can get a peek at what did just happen with Gerald. Watching that 31 of Campbell on the inside of the 35 of Francis. Yeah, he just hits it on the apron, loses it there. Just to note, guys, sounds like some heated racing going on between the 11 of Weeks and the 90 of Crump. These guys have lots of history.
And here comes Chad Frankenfield, boys. He's now in the middle three.
Yeah, Chad working his way forward. Kind of keeping an eye on that 11 and 90 situation here. Chad's out here. He's ready to go. Believe that to be Jeff Greenstone. Oh, there we go.
There it is. No yellow yet.
That's Nick Massey, but they are running over each other in the back. They are running over each other.
Now we got a yellow. I don't know if the race control was on Ambien there or what.
That should have been a yellow, guys, a long time ago, but unfortunately the rule is we're not allowed to throw a manual yellow on an oval.
So we have...
Started up around Jake Connor.
Yeah, he drifted up, and then he got hit by Jesse, and it was just off-center. So I think that's a racing deal. Then the 9 gets into the 38, gets down to the 40 and the 48, so we're going to get the 48 spinning. I'm not sure if he hits anything. Fody spins. And he's good. So that's why no caution came out, because there was no wreck. The wreck happened because guys started running over each other. Goodman gets ran over. Like, if you're going to go ride in the back, you got to check up for this stuff. Carpenter gets ran over. Bits and pieces are just flying off of cars back there. Scott Crump. Oh, Scott Crump in this wreck hard.
That, I just took a look towards the rear of the field, and that...
Scott Crump, Matthew Weeks, playoff guys that have substantially bad damage. I believe the 68 of Kean Raleigh, playoff guy, bunch of damage. Johnny Thomas is going to snake his way through. David Tooker's down there.
Sorry for interrupting there, anyway.
We're going to throw it to...
Easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Yeah, so
No, we're live.
And we are back here at Talladega, 25 laps in the book, still 52 to go. We just had a major incident out there on the racetrack. It was deemed to be a domino effect racing deal that caused a good bit of damage there. I'm going to throw it over to Chris Wright and Brent Jones that are standing by with the driver of the 48, Nick Massey, who was just involved in the latest incident.
Well, Nick, we saw the wreck there on the backstretch. We saw you get spun out down there, and Tyler Fody, and you guys kind of went down there, and didn't look like you hit a whole lot. So take us through what happened, what you saw, and what the racing was like leading up to that.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot. Just kind of just riding there behind Fody on the bottom line, and I saw that third lane working up there, and then all of a sudden they come down into me and just kind of locked it down there below the apron, and had to dodge it again. Once I gathered it back up, they were still wrecking on my outsides. But yeah, just a little dent in the door, a couple seconds of optional damage, fortunately, so it could have been a lot worse, but got some work to do now. We're going to be in the back.
And we saw you working with Josh Adams there. Is that something you're going to look for tonight, or was that just happen? Did it just come together?
We've been working with him a little bit. Got him in a different radio channel here, so kind of been communicating back and forth a little bit whenever we're around each other, but I think he made it through that all right. Oh, yeah, he's running P2. He's good.
Yeah, he had just gotten the lead when that happened.
Oh, did he cause it up there?
No, I think he had gotten such a good push there from the 45 down the backstretch that they had it all cleared, and it happened behind him.
I was going to say, he caused it. He didn't say anything in comms, so. But no, hopefully we'll be able to get back up there and get working with him again, but we'll see here.
All right, Nick, good luck here. Getting ready to go green, doing it from 17th. Dale Earnhardt did it once in 4 laps. Do it in 3, all right?
10-4.
All right, guys, that was Nick Massey currently running back in position 20. As we are back under the green flag, Brandon Ultra leads the way with Dustin Dewar behind him. Very slow restart for these drivers. Very kerfuffled.
It's more just...
What is that word you just used?
Kerfuffle.
Is that a Canadian word?
That's just a word.
I don't know.
Look at Robin go.
Josh Robin, our outside pole sitter here tonight. Very strong 1 year ago in this race. Chad Frankenfield up there as well. Help from Rocket Rawls, or Big Balls Rawls as I like to call him, currently just behind Chad Frankenfield. Chad in 4th, Rawls in 5th, trying to work their way forward. Thanks to Nick Massey for sliding up into the broadcast booth for a quick chat with us. One thing we got to keep an eye on here, guys, is anyone that goes 6 or more laps down in the event. If they go 6 down, they are done for the day. So far, everyone's still out there on the racetrack. Kian Raleigh about a half a lap down.
Oh man, they just about wrecked right at the front.
Yeah, that was
It's
a
not
little
over
sketchy.
yet.
No, absolutely not over yet, Chris Wright.
Fody was pushing on Robin, and it got off center, and it almost wrecked him.
Here comes Ethan Burrell up on the high side. How far do you think this outside lane goes before it dies off, guys?
Well, that depends on if they wreck again or not, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say they look pretty well organized up there at the moment. Like 4 cars, but they're all
Couple
closely
sketchy
together.
guys though in the pack. We saw Isabella and Ultra both get a little bit slideways.
Chad Frankenfield trying to take the lead.
He's mumbling something over there on the radio. No idea what he's saying. If anyone can translate Chad to English dictionary here tonight, let me know.
I don't know what he is saying, but I
Rawls.
think I can translate. He's saying, push me harder right now to Seth.
Oh yeah, he wants Seth all the way in his rear end here, trying to push him forward. Kian Raleigh heads to pit lane. That machine has definitely seen better days, unfortunately, for Kian. My pick not having a good night here tonight.
And is this the last race in the round?
This
Yeah.
is the last race in the round. Kian entered 20 points to the good here, guys. Currently scored 40th. He's only going to get, I believe, 1 point tonight if that's where he ends up finishing.
Yeah, he won't make it. There's
So,
no way that there's no scenario.
Really
for him to
unfortunate
make it.
for Kian, guys, but exceptional rookie season as Fuller dives down to the inside. I believe that was planned. It's like one of the Do-Good cars down there as well. That's the Do and Do-Good. Dustin Dewar falls down to the inside. Hey, shout
Chad
out
gets
to
here at the bottom, pulls down. Kian
yeah.
left, pulled out. They've loaded up and headed on.
Kian Raleigh calling it a night, calling it a playoff, unfortunately for him. Well, actually, we can't say that yet because you never know what could happen here. There could be a big wreck of all the playoff guys in the next lap.
I'm
And
gonna
he
go
could
ahead
still
and
make
say
it.
for him.
I'm going to say chances are it's... Oh!
Yeah, why don't
Ethan
you go-
Burrell trying to
Big
figure out the
pushes on the
math.
bottom. They are pushing 3 deep on that bottom side.
Why don't you go... Guys, something just about happened there in the midfield. Brent Jones, why don't you go ahead and do what you're about to do? Sound like you were going to give a shout out.
Yeah, I was just gonna shout out to Scott Haney. Good to see him back out here. He's running about let me check on my thing. real quick.
28th.
28th, yeah, but good to see him back out here nonetheless. It's been a while since we've seen him race in the elite. Let's hope this is the beginning of him coming back a little bit.
Always good when you see Scott Haney. Let's get our ticker back up there. Sorry, folks. Seth Rawls, your leader. Ethan Burrell. Guys, I thought the outside lane was going to die off, but here it comes.
They had
Lots of help.
they had numbers there to start. Like Green's been pushing Ethan pretty hard since they formed.
I mean, Ethan's gotten up there to that second row. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Vincent's gonna
Vincent
move up.
Oh,
Isabella.
that's dangerous. It's 4
Gotta
wide.
get there. Now we're 4. Not sure what Vince was thinking there. If you're going to pull out in front of that line, pull out in front of it. You don't halfway do something.
It's still gonna be 4. Oh, might wanna.
Vince is mad, but he didn't get out there. He's got to get all the way out there. Like, you got to get, when you pull out there in front of that line, you got to pull out in front of that line. You can't pull up half a car length and
That
expect
was sketchy, guys.
What that did though is it killed the outside line though.
Well, to be fair, Brent Jones, I think the outside lane backed off before they actually got killed. Because that could have been... it might still happen. Things got a little sketch there around Ethan Burrell. I believe that's Jeff Green nearly got into the side of Ethan Burrell. Nick Massey there as well. I want to give a quick shout out, or not a shout out, but a hint to y'all. Be sure to head over to X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it today and follow Elite R Network. That's the Elite Racing Network Twitter page or X page, whatever the heck it's called these days. We're trying to bump that page up a little bit, be more interactive during the races, try to give you some race updates if you're not able to make it to our broadcasts, and just keep you up to date on what's going on. You saw our race picks over there, our caution updates, and big highlights or lowlights in Kean Raleigh's case to let you know what's going on in the event. So head over there, and maybe you could be follower number 667 to get us away from the devil's number as we head into Halloween tomorrow.
Yeah, Halloween tomorrow. Everybody been doing some trick-or-treating.
Yeah, you got some treats for us tonight, Chris, or just some tricks? You're full of
I got
tricks
nothing.
usually.
I can't eat candy right now. I got to avoid a bunch of different foods after my surgery last week, so...
What do you guys think of this highline right now? Harrison Talon leading it. Nick Massey and Ethan Stanley as the trail cars.
Well...
Casey Hatch just mentioned 4 wide, and he's running way at the back. Doesn't look like it. Harry might go to the lead here, boys. Oh!
Oh, no, man. Just don't think they got the numbers right now.
Well, that was a little scary. Harrison Talon nearly hooked Seth Rawls at the front there. Very wiggly 51 machine tonight.
Yeah, is there moonshine in the trunk of that car?
I don't know, but Ethan Stanley taking a look 4 wide. Thinks better of it. Gets back in line. Stanley, a very smart racer. Doesn't usually do anything too stupid. As Dustin Dewar on the apron. Yeah, maybe he's doing some DoorDash as he's racing here tonight. He's using iRacing Mobile.
It's gotten pretty crazy out here, boys.
Harry's struggling again. He's up against the wall.
He's fallen back now. We're going to keep an eye here on who the leader is at the halfway point. 38 to 39 here tonight, I do believe, is the official halfway point. I'm going to note down... Oh, guys.
Dusty! He keeps it straight.
Good job, Dusty. We'll keep an eye here who leads 37 to 38.
Oh man.
Oh, no,
Did you
Chad
see
blinking.
what just happened to Josh Adams there?
Oh.
Yeah, he got ditched.
He was driving along thinking he had help, and then every car behind him pulled out.
Chad Frankenfield leads the way with Tyler Fody and Josh Adams behind him. We got to watch that 15 because he did have a brief blink. Now he gets ditched.
What lap is the halfway mark?
38.
We believe it's 38, but it might be 37 coming to 38. So we're going to mark down both 37 coming to 38 and 38 coming to 39. And then we'll decipher.
It's not the next one. It's going to be 2 to go right now, I believe. 1 to go at the line. Yeah, I'm looking at it's lap 37 with 40 to go.
Here comes Jefe Verde up on the high side. Josh Robin, I believe, has fallen from the server, guys.
Tough break. He was having a good
He
run
hasn't
up
been
front.
dropped yet.
He's falling back. He may just be blinking. Yeah, he's gone. He doesn't exist no more. Josh Adams leads at lap 38 here.
This is 1 to go in the stage. Next lap will end the stage.
Well, there's no stage, but halfway point.
Well, halfway point. There's a point to be gained here.
Well, these guys are racing. You think this is the end of the race right here?
Oh, and Chad just lost his help on the top.
The best thing for these playoff guys, honestly, is Josh Adams or Brandon Key getting that playoff, that halfway bonus point here. because it won't really affect them whatsoever. Oh, Chad just
Oh,
jumps him.
yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wow, guys.
Chad really got excited to get that 1 point there. Mhm.
How? How's he going to get the halfway point? Chad led at the halfway point.
Yeah, caution never came out for that.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Just sucked. That was some good racing right there.
Yeah, 10-4. And just an update here, guys. Review the lap 38 incident between Chad and Josh Adams. Chad did hit Josh square, so no tally issued on that. Just unfortunate for Josh.
oh, we got contact Adam Petty's here in the
Brandon
grass.
Armstrong somehow keeps it off.
And now there's a lap car coming too that they're going to have to navigate.
there's
That's
3 to
Jaden
4.
Racimus. Jaden Racimus getting involved there just about.
My goodness, what a sequence.
Wow. Your leader here, guys, Vincent Isabella. Actually, now Tyler Fody.
We're 3 wide at the front, and they're catching a group of cars here. One of them is Josh Adams, who we just saw.
Rolls nearly got in the wrist.
Just an update, Josh Robin has rejoined the race, so he is able to go upwards of 10 laps down here tonight. If he goes 10 down, that will lead to parking of the number 8 of Josh Robin. Harrison Talon nearly into the outside wall towards the tail of that top 10. Coming up on a lapped car here shortly. Jake Connor, Corey Abbott, Andrew Hardcastle. One of those is a, sorry to cut you off, Brett, one of those is a playoff driver, and Jay Connor, who entered tonight. Connor entered tonight 2 points in the rear. So they are about to get passed by the leaders, sending them 1 lap down. So Jay Connor going to have his work cut out for him here tonight as well. Wow. One of those drivers on the outside looking in could have taken advantage of a big night here with Kean Raleigh falling out, but not able to capitalize as of yet. Still 34 to go. So long way to go in tonight's event. Tyler Fody, Vincent Isabella, the top 2. Seth Rawls, Gerald Campbell currently running 4th. And Jesse Racimus rounding out the top 5 here on lap 44. Speaking of 44, let's take a look at Michael Goodman. Currently running 29th as his pack evades the 07 of Jaden Racimus. Racimus currently 1 lap down.
That is the do good pack, right?
Yes, sir. Ethan Burrell up on the high side leads the way. Speaking of Ethan Burrell, news came out this week that, well, he's joining Do Good next season. Big move from the Cup Series veteran.
Big bombshell signing by them.
Absolutely. Big signing there for Do Good. A great addition to their team, and I look forward to seeing what they can do on the racetrack together. Harrison Talon leading the high side with David Tooker and Jonathan Cutlip behind them.
What about you? I heard that you might be having a new ride landed somewhere on Twitter today.
Yeah, that'll come out in due time over the next week or so. Just looking at finalizing some last-minute number and sponsorship details. But yeah, new team next season.
Yeah, we get
New manufacturer as well.
Nice.
New manufacturer.
Yeah, T-Shirt's relaunching 89 as well next season. We're also looking for a possible second driver, so...
Look at Brent Jones. He's growing his team. Yeah, Chris, new manufacturer that doesn't affect my Mountain Man Motorsports team that I own. They'll still stay under the Chevrolet banner. Similar to how it was with Tate Lionel. He was driving a Toyota for Pro Edge and owned 21 Savage, the team I ran for this season. Things are getting a little close here around Harrison Talon, Seth Rawls, and Jeff Green. Green running a new paint scheme here tonight as well. That is Turner Eye Center, so that's his eye doctor. At least we know that Jeff Green can see what he's doing out here on the racetrack. Oh, Ethan Burrell!
Oh my God! What a moment.
And I was just about to say, just to be clear, there are 30 laps left, but these guys still have to make another pit stop.
That was a big ball save by Ethan Burrell right there. Holy. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by that save by Ethan and Trey to avoid causing a huge wreck.
Oh, here comes Chad. Jeff comes out to throw the block. The last time we saw somebody pull up in front of Chad, he just ran right through him, so...
Yeah, Chad Frankenfield pushing Jeff Green here. They're going to the outside of Jesse Racimus. Racimus currently running on that third step of the podium, just behind Vincent Isabella and your race leader, Tyler Fody, but the outside starting to cook. Ethan Burrell, he's worked his way into the middle lane, but Trey Holmes has company with Harrison Talon, David Tooker, John Cutlip, and Casey Hatch. So drivers all the way from the top 10 back to the tail of the top 20 working together, but all of them under, I think, the same banner.
You know what? Can I request we do something?
Yeah.
Can we ride on board with that 51 car for a lap?
We can.
Nobody's moving around as much as this 51 car is.
You might
Oh,
go this never mind. Oh my
51.
goodness.
Ethan
Trouble.
Stanley's in there.
That's
Oh,
half the
my.
field.
Harry was in that. We jumped on board and he passed away on the racetrack.
I was going to say something about that happening, but I have a feeling it was about to happen anyways.
All right, let's figure out what happened.
Ooh, Harry was pushing the 88 and pushed him, and then Chad moved up, and Chad got turned, hit Jeff, got Ethan, got Jesse, got Hunter Smith. Trey Holmes is down there. Ethan Stanley, the 25. Did our partner in crime, Nick Massey, did he get through this?
He was involved.
Let's see who wasn't involved in that pack.
Oh, Nick did it. Wow. Great piece of driving by Nick. Holy smokes. Wow. He was not involved. Incredible stuff.
That one's definitely, unfortunately, a racing deal there. 15 comes up. 88 doesn't really have any control over the speed that he's going because he does get hit from behind. But it's just a bump draft that ends up turning Chad down into the infield.
That was a violent wreck, boys.
Yeah, and we're looking at the math here. If this race goes the advertised distance, we think everybody should be good on fuel from here.
Yeah, everyone will be good here.
Keywords advertised distance. We also have the truck race.
I'm gonna tell you what, boys. Every car was in that wreck that was in the front pack, except the first and second place cars, and Nick Massey, who was at the very back of it. Every other car, 3rd through 14th or 15th, was in that wreck.
Well, we have 10 cars on the racetrack right now. Everyone else on pit road. You mentioned Nick Massey getting through that. Let's ride on board with Nick Massey through the incident. So you can see it develop right there ahead of him here. He drives through a bumper on the racetrack. I believe he's going to take it to the grass to get through. We're going to look out his right window. You can just see everyone wrecking here on his outside. And Nick Massey just drives on through, nearly gets hit by the 92 of Ethan Stanley, but able to avoid that. Wow.
Good stuff, boys. Good stuff.
Well, guys, we're going to step away, take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take you through more action from Talladega. Don't go anywhere.
Isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And welcome back to Talladega. Green's about to come out. Tyler Fody, Vincent Isabella up front. We saw Nick Massey with his great job missing that wreck. He's going to restart 5th with Gerald Campbell, Garrison Hogan there. Ooh, Vincent gets a bad start on the top.
Yeah.
He's going to check the top up really bad here. Fody's trying not to give anybody a big draft. That's going to clear 3 cars on the inside, maybe 4. Nick pulls to the outside. Nick, oh, Gerald comes up the block and we're wrecking. Wow.
The bigger one?
No. That looked like Bobby Labonte's wreck in 2001.
Wow.
It's his car flipping.
Not real sure what happened there. Nick pulled out. It was beside Gerald. I'm not sure if Gerald was trying to come up and block or if there was Nick. Vincent, Goody's involved. Tooker. Fuller's back there. Was Chad in that one as well? Chad's in this wreck again. That's 2 for Chad. Ooh, Chad's gonna come through and catch Tooker.
That was a big one, boys. I think Frank Field's out of this.
Josh Adams has requested that we look at him getting through that wreck.
Walk us through this one, Chris.
Oh, I can't see it. I don't see the feed.
All right, let's watch Josh Adams. We'll ride on board.
Oh, he gets clipped in the right rear. Wow.
I want to watch the incident one more time here, guys. It's a tough call because netcode is in play just a little bit here, but I still think the 31 comes up. They don't really make contact,
I'm not
though.
sure, because I was trying to look at that too. It doesn't look like he comes up, but it.
No, they don't make contact.
He never goes back to the right. That's all netcode. Gerald never turns. Yeah, that was all netcode.
I need to clear as well.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
10-4.
And we are back here at Talladega. You just heard from our friends at TA Services, one of our premier partners here in the Elite Racing League, alongside Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses, and Worldwide Technology Raceway, home to a 1.25-mile oval, 2-mile road course, quarter-mile drag strip, and a state-of-the-art karting facility known as the Kartplex. Check out Worldwide Technology Raceway today. And just an update for those of you keeping score at home, Kean Raleigh, Jesse Racimus, Jeff Green, and Trey Holmes are done for the day due to the 6-lap rule. We're about to go back green. I'm going to throw it over to Chris Wright to walk us through this restart.
Yeah, we're about to go back green here. Fody's picked the top, putting Johnny Thomas on the bottom. So I guess he feels like Trey's who he wants us to push her. Green is out. Pretty good start for the top. The bottom's more formed up. Fody's probably going to want to drop here, I think. I don't know. He's got help coming there. Johnny's going to pull alongside. Good help on the bottom. Good help on the top as well.
They're even right now.
Coming around this time will be 20 laps to go. A lot of playoff positioning riding here on this final handful of laps. A couple guys that were locked in just about have basically knocked themselves out of this one. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I see Chad Frankenfield working his way back to the racetrack, so he's trying to keep himself in contention for a playoff spot.
Oh my goodness, Dusty's in through other cars. Oh.
Oh, and Dustin has dropped connection.
Oh, that my pick!
My pick was out like an hour ago, Brent, so calm yourself down, bud. Tyler Fody on the inside. Look who it is. It's Hunter Smith up on the high side. Hunter Smith, help from Johnny Thomas. That's a guy you can never count out here on these super speedways, boys.
Easily going to lead this lap.
Hunter Smith going to continue to lead the way. Looks like we're about to lose a couple more drivers this time in Dave Carpenter and Gerald Campbell. They are both about to be victim of the 6-lap rule.
Yeah, and the pack's separating. Josh Adams got more damage than he thought that last caution. But I don't think anybody else has recognized that yet.
I can see William White and Leighton trying to make it work, but I just don't think it's going to be a thing. Oh. Just get a little nervous when you start seeing bump drafting on him and not just a back bumper.
Yeah, just taking a look here, guys. I kind of want to ride on board with one of the drivers in the pack, and that one is going to be the fan favorite, Braxton DeWeese, just because his fans are here.
Heads up for anyone watching, Justin Dewar has reconnected the server, by the way. He'll be at least 2 or 3 down by the time he gets back on the track, though.
That was some time on board there with Braxton DeWeese. Hunter Smith continuing to lead the way here, just 17 laps to go this time. Hunter Smith, Johnny Thomas, the top 2. Then it's Fody, Eidson, and DeWeese.
There's Fuller going to the top of 3 wide. We saw him in that last wreck. He's trying to make something happen. Matthew Weeks, we saw him in a wreck earlier. He's trying to make something happen.
They got to make something happen here. That's the thing. They have to go. if they want to stay alive. It's Fuller up on the high side with help from Josh Robin. Now Robin leaves. He's going to fall back. Next one to potentially be out of the race is David Tooker. Currently finds himself 5 laps down. Actually, correction, 4 laps down. So
Hang on a minute. It'll correct itself down the backstretch. It'll be 5 down.
no, he's still 4. He's still 4. Because they're on laps, they're 60.4 at this point, and David Tooker is 55.4. No, it's
it'll
only
be
5.
five.
It's 5 laps, now 6. Or 4, now 5. Here we go.
Yeah, see, it corrected itself on the backstretch.
Well, no, it's because he fell that 5th lap down.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, hey, if you wait a minute here, you're gonna be right. You're gonna be right.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Hunter Smith on the inside, Tyler Fode behind him. Up top, it's Johnny Thomas, Braxton DeWeese, and Matthew Weeks up there as well. Trey Eidson, third car on the bottom there of the inside lane. Scott Crump there as well, and Brandon Ultra up in that top 10. Seth Rawls letting the leaders know that he's going to jump out of the way.
Very workmanlike effort tonight from Scott Crump. He got all that damage in that first wreck. Oh, and we're nearly had another wreck.
That's DeWeese.
I don't think it's over yet.
Johnny
Johnny,
Thomas.
no! Oh,
Johnny Thomas gets wrecked going into
Gonna
3.
stay
We're going to stay green.
Wow.
oh, savage hit though.
Take a look at that one here, boys.
Now
See
y'all
what
are
happened.
Out. I think Johnny's trying to roll over here. He never came back up on the racetrack. I will say that. I did not think we were going to get a caution there with where he was sitting, but
Guys, we haven't issued a tally yet today, and we're not going to, as of yet. Lap 62, racing deal, just a kind of a bump gone wrong with a squirrely 90 car.
he is down there. Thankfully, Johnny in the belly up sports machine hits a safer barrier. And then he's trying to get rolling, but he never went back up on the racetrack.
Let's take a look at our playoff guys as they run here. Matthew Weeks currently second. That's Tyler Fode third. Justin Fuller fourth. Braxton DeWeese sixth. Ethan Burrell seventh. Scott Crump eighth. Trey Eidson ninth. Garrison Hogan 10th. Then it's that's William White in 12th. And then everyone else pretty much towards the rear.
You know what, boys? We haven't gotten to interview this guy all season. I think we should talk to Johnny Thomas here. What do you boys think?
Yep.
Hey, Johnny, this is Chris and the boys in the booth up here. Got a copy?
Hey, yeah, I got you guys.
Well, you were having a pretty solid run. Nick told us here during the race that you were his pick to win. You were running up there right in the lead and then got wrecked on the backstretch. Talk to us about how the race was to that point and ultimately what got you wrecked out there.
Yeah, I had a pretty eventful start to the race. My wheel was acting up. I was trying to calibrate it, and it was I didn't think I'd make the start. But I don't know what happened there. I just got turned by Fode. He's better than that, and he just made a pretty dumb decision there. I was blocking. I think it was 54 Hunter. Went up high, came back down, and Fode gave me a shot. sent me up the hill, and then he finished me off. So did it twice. I don't know. These guys, they run up front every week, and they don't get in tight corners, week in and week out. And I don't think they have a whole lot of respect for guys that don't, dedicate their entire life 24/7. That's all that guy does. So when you got guys up here that do this as a hobby, Monday and Wednesday, and they're doing this for fun. I mean, I'm trying to get into the playoffs. I'm done now, but taking me out, he's got one coming. I might not be up there in the front, but hey, if I get lapped, I don't care anymore. These guys, Monday and Wednesdays, Monday has been a lot better, but Wednesdays has been an absolute trash show, and has nothing to do with the league. It's all these guys that are running. Just no respect. But Chad puts on a great show. It's the guys that are doing this thing that's ruining it. Yeah, I'm not done with Fody.
Man, Johnny, I've not ever heard you this frustrated, I don't think, man.
Man, that's a sigh I've ever heard myself.
Yeah, I feel like these races, Daytona and Talladega, I plan on winning, or plan on being in the top 3 at least, and to get taken out like that. And Robert called it a racing deal. I'd like to get his understanding. I could care less, but I just felt like I got spun out.
Well, and another thing we want to bring up here before we let you jump out is Belly Up Sports. They're coming on board. Talk to us a little bit about Belly Up Sports and what that partnership's going to look like. And we know you're a big part of that there with Mike and the boys over there.
Yeah, it's an awesome partnership for Wednesdays. Losing Join APS, a great partner, and then Chad, kind of reaching out, and myself reaching out to Chad and seeing if this could work. Mike Brown at Belly Up Sports, they were all for it. And there's a lot of cool things happening for 2024 on the Cup side. I think you guys just have to tune in. There's going to be some cool announcements, different things that are going on, not just within the race itself on Wednesdays. So you're gonna have some cool things up ahead. I can't really reveal too much.
All right, and one more question before we let you jump out of here. What's your favorite podcast on Belly Up Sports?
Oh, it's Chairgating, man.
What else? I gotta agree. Yeah, Chairgating's great.
I mean, what the heck?
I'm gonna plug some other ones. I liked Corner Booth. That's a good one to listen to.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be a Chairgating car or two on the racetrack coming soon, right?
That'll be really sweet. I don't know. Is it going to be the 69 Chris Wright car or not?
Well, I don't think we can put the 69 together, but I think you're planning on running one too, right? That's what I was saying, a couple of them.
Yeah. I'll probably be up there. I think you guys are going green, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll let you get out of here, Johnny. We hate that you got wrecked.
Yeah.
Hate that you're frustrated.
Cheers, Johnny. Good run otherwise.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the moment tonight.
Yeah, it sucks. Good job.
And we are back green.
Look who is up there in the lead, Matthew Weeks.
We had a wreck here under yellow.
Apparently, we had an incident involving Harry and Corey Abbott under yellow.
Yeah, but right now we'll go back to the front, side by side here at the front. Coming to 10 to go next time. Dead even between Matthew Weeks and Hunter Smith, just like we talked about and drew it up at the start of the night. Hunter Smith's going to pull ahead right here. Levin pulls back even. You got the helpers of Tyler Fody and Justin Fuller. Still dead even up here at the top. Right about now, everybody should be getting pretty hot as well. As they get hot, we'll see that third lane form. Just 10 laps to go, 9.5 laps to go here down the backstretch at Talladega.
Just don't let you can sit around any longer. You're going to start making moves if you're like around 6th or 7th.
Yeah, Josh Adams pulling out, trying to see if he can get somebody up there with him. Doesn't look like he has any dance partners. It's like that school day, when you'd go into that class, that music class, and It's the guy's turn to pick. Josh picked, and nobody wanted to be his partner there.
Sorry,
Josh
guys,
now
there was a
back to the
bit
bottom
of
of the
a
pack.
kerfuffle there under caution.
Matthew Weeks, though, and all that, talking about the 3 wide mid-pack, has pulled ahead with help from Justin Fuller. This is where the pushes get really, really hard. We already saw it there. Johnny was pretty frustrated with the push that Tyler gave him.
Oh, Leighton nearly lost into 3 that
Brent
time.
Jones just got excited.
Oh, no! We got
Hardcastle in the wall.
Somehow not wrecked there.
9 laps coming to 8 to go here. It's Matthew Weeks up on the high side, Hunter Smith down low, just behind them, Justin Fuller, Tyler Fode, followed by Braxton DeWeese and Brandon Ultra. But Scott Crump still up there, guys, followed by Ethan Burrell, Garrison Hogan, and Trey Eidson. And just outside the top 10 is William White, a driver that he mentioned he wasn't a huge fan of this kind of racing when I spoke with him earlier tonight. Now leading the high lane here, coming around to just 7 laps remaining here at Talladega Super Speedway, a track that just about anyone can pick up a victory, and William White wants to get his first here. The third lane definitely coming here. They are arriving as Braxton DeWeese works his way up to the high side. Brent Jones, he's got William White behind him, a Leighton Norgard, Josh Adams, and Josh Robin in that one, and that's a very good group up involved in that high lane. Some drivers that have found success on the super speedways before, some drivers seeking success for the first time, as Braxton DeWeese about to edge forward to the race lead. He's on the high side of Matthew Weeks. Weeks in the middle, Hunter Smith down low. Weeks has help from Justin Fuller. Smith has help from Tyler Fode, and Braxton DeWeese has help from just about everybody else up there on the high side. Coming to 6 laps to go.
It's all bets are off now. It's, your friends are where you find them, and only in that where
I'm
you
gonna tell you
find
what,
them
they've
now.
gotten hot down there. Look how much room that 55 was giving that 11 through the tri-oval. They're way too hot to be able to push
Yeah,
and
it's
connect.
the heat definitely coming into play here in those engine bays. As you see Weeks come up a little bit there, trying to scrub the air from that 27 of DeWeese, trying to put air under those tires, move him back as far as he can. You're going to see side draft. You're going to see guys try to put dirty air on the nose of the guy that's trying to beat them. There's going to be a lot of tactics coming into play here because there's not a lot you can do when you're in a spot by yourself. What a save by Ethan Burrell. His chance at victory here, well, it's not gone yet because there still may be a big one here as we're coming around to 5 to go. Just 20 turns remain here at the Talladega Super Speedway, and it's Matthew Weeks leading at the line, but Hunter Smith and Braxton DeWeese leading the lines in and outside of him here, trying to work their way forward, as I believe that's Josh Robin that just got into the outside wall. Now he falls back. His screen went black. I believe that was Josh Robin that just queued up with that. So some technology issues there. Justin Fuller giving an update here to Hunter Smith, letting him know he has to keep it about a half lane lower on the yellow line. You're going to see these guys try to tell each other how to run. Actually, I think he was talking to Matthew Weeks, perhaps, as he's Matthew
Fode.
Weeks pusher here. Fode comes up. Ultra going to push the Hunter Smith machine. Weeks going to push Fode, and you know Weeks is going to try to beat Fode no matter what he does here. Just 4 laps to go. Inside lane is Hunter Smith, Brandon Ultra, Trey Eidson. Middle lane, Tyler Fode, Matthew Weeks, and Justin Fuller. The high side falling back here now outside the top 10 is Braxton DeWeese, William White, and a Leighton Norgard. They're not out of it yet. If they can get a couple of helpers, that high side might come back alive here as we're going to come down the back straightaway to turn number 3. This time when we cross the line will be just 3 laps remaining. Guys, I'm going to ask you right now, are we making it to the checkered flag without a caution here? Lappers side by side.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Harrison Talon in that.
My God, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
They're still wrecking. They're still wrecking. Oh, Crump gets tooked.
Wow.
Boys, I don't like to call people out
Uh,
and whatnot, but
um,
what just happened there with that 51 on the front stretch is ridiculous.
Talon drops down to the middle lane to drive through the field, comes up into Fuller and Crump.
Yeah, that's just there's no excuse for what Harrison just did. Like you can't do that stuff out here.
I like
That's a
Harry.
second
I know
tally
with a
and a
friend,
post-race
but,
review for the 51 of Harrison Talon. No reason to come
I'm
down
gonna
from the
keep my
high
lips
lane
shut.
there.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, we are back for the first of what could potentially be up to 3 going at checkers here. We're gonna have Tyler Fody and Hunter Smith leading the way here on the front row on this restart.
Yeah, we just saw an incident there moments ago that shouldn't have happened, but we're going to go green here. Fody and Smith on the front row. Great drive by both those drivers tonight. As the pace car pulls down, green flags in the hand of Barney the flagman as we are getting set to go green here. Green flag is out. Very slow start by the leaders. I would be shocked if we don't have a stack up towards the rear.
Oh, there they go, there they go, there it is, there it is. They're wrecking in the mid-pack. You're going to still be green, I think, unless someone comes up.
Yeah, I think everybody's off the track.
Well, we're going to stay green.
Oh, we got cars passing on the apron back here in the back.
Wow. We're going to keep an eye up here on the front, guys.
Look at Casey Hatch up there in the picture.
Casey Hatch, Barbecue Chip Man. Scott Crump, too. You know what? We pick on Crump all the time, guys, but what he's gone through tonight to work his way up there is pretty cool. We're going to come around. Let's see if we get the white flag this time.
Oh my, he got left out.
The very top.
Hunter Smith, Brandon Ultra up to the high side. It's Tyler Fody, Justin Fuller on the inside. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. There's no lap car to get in the way this time. In the middle, it's Weeks with help from Eidson. Garrison Hogan coming down to help push. Fody on the bottom with Fuller and Hatch, as Brent Jones mentioned. Hunter Smith, Brandon Ultra alone up on the high side. Let's see what happens here as we're coming to turn number 3 for the final time. Weeks does get to the bottom ahead of Tyler Fody. Eidson and Hogan in the middle. Fody going to try to push Weeks. Eidson gets a little bit loose ahead of Garrison Hogan. Here comes the push. We're up on the drone cam. Weeks comes up to block. He gets ahead of Eidson. Eidson to the high side. Fody to the bottom. We're going to be 4 wide to the finish. Matthew Weeks gets them at the line. Weeks wins.
Oh my God, carnage.
Wow. Matthew Weeks, Trey Eidson, Justin Fuller, the top 3. Hunter Smith, Casey Hatch, Brandon Ultra, Brandon Key in the top 10, Josh Adams, Joe Francis, and Scott Crump. That's your top 10 here tonight. Wow. We're going to work on getting playoff points before the end of our show tonight. No promise that we're going to be able to get there, but we're sure as heck going to do our best. We'll take a look here at the checkered flag and see what happened coming to the line.
And Garrison just, he's trying to push the 11. I think Garrison was looking to go middle 4. Yeah, Garrison was looking to go middle 4 right there. And the hole closed, and he just got the 11 in the right rear.
Big win for Matthew Weeks. Punches his ticket to the next round here tonight. We're going to work on getting our top 3 here for an interview shortly. And actually looks like we have 2 of the top 3 already. We'll watch Matthew Weeks do his burnout. It's been a while since he did one of them. But we're going to go ahead and bring in our 3rd place driver, Justin Fuller, for an interview with Brent and Chris.
Justin Fuller, this is Brent Jones in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, so that was an adventure for you tonight. Tell us some of the moments you had in that race tonight.
Well, I qualified fairly decently. I'm not the greatest qualifier here, so I think I started 5th or 6th, and we were gonna try and see how it played out throughout the race. It got pretty wild, so I dropped back and had a caution. I don't know. There was a big wreck in front of me. I checked up and started to get rolling, and cars that were like 20 seconds behind the wreck still coming through there full speed just about, and about killed me then. And then not the following wreck after that. I got involved in a couple wrecks tonight, and people just don't know how to check up. They kind of just drive off their hood pins. it's kind of annoying. And then I don't know what the 51 was doing, but man, that was some of the worst driving I have ever seen in the 20 plus years I've been sim racing. So yeah, pretty eventful.
Yeah, yeah, that pretty much all. But hold on. There, yeah, I'm sorry, I froze there for what. Anyways, that was kind of the worry about the field there for a while. Were you worried about your point situation at any point tonight?
I mean, I was keeping an eye on it for sure. I just kind of figured, I got to survive to the end. A lot of those guys had some issues, so I feel pretty confident that I think I'm going to be all right here. We'll see. Unfortunately, I missed last week, but I had a good enough points buffer going into it to kind of keep me close and into it. So I didn't feel like I was in a must-win situation. But I was definitely going to try and go for the win towards the end. But I think the damage that I had throughout the race, obviously I could stay on the draft pretty well, but I couldn't push as good as some of these other guys. I had no damage, and I probably couldn't lead either. So um, it would have been close, but I think we're going to be all right.
All right, yeah, anyone you want to shout out? Or Chris, real quick, you want anything to add?
No, congrats on the run, Justin. I know the truck race didn't go quite like you planned last night. You kind of had us covered there, you and Trey, and you didn't get to finish. So tonight you got the finish, at Talladega. Looking ahead here, got trying to make a playoff run, trying to keep advancing in both series. So just congrats on that, and I'm sure that'll right itself in the trucks, and you'll go win next Sunday night. So looking forward to racing with you, and congrats. And any shout outs you want to give? Now's the time.
Yeah, last night was a tough one. I'd rather forget about that one, but that's racing, I guess. I put myself in that position on the restarts. But anyway, yeah, just thanked Rebilas Photo for sponsoring the series. Thanks to all the admins and everything that they do here at the Elite Racing. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody that watched. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'll go back tomorrow. Thanks to Trey Edson for always keeping me looking good. I think he's going to advance too pretty well on points. So thanks to him for always keeping me looking fresh on the racetrack with the paint schemes. And yeah, looking forward to next week. I don't know where we go. I think it's Auto Club, maybe. Bristol. Oh, one of my favorite tracks. So perfect. Looking forward to that. So yeah, let's go have some short track fun at the Super Speedway.
10-4. Good run tonight. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Hey Trey, this is 2 nights in a row you've gotten to give an interview. Last night I got to give an interview last night I got to give an interview with you. Tonight I get to interview you. How did you manage to get second place and avoid all the chaos, lap cars kind of being hard to judge what they were going to do, and not to mention all the chaos that came along with everything, just a typical speedway racing?
I don't know. That's the best answer I can give you. Luck. I hung out with Fuller most of the night, knowing he was in a weird point situation, so I was gonna hang out with him for the most part, make sure he had help if this thing, if it went caution free or something. Didn't want him to lose the pack. We were just kind of hanging out. One massive wreck into three. I think I stopped like absolutely 0 miles an hour and just sat there, let everything clear out. So, I mean, we just kind of hung out in the back, avoided everything. Really only had one big event when the 91 got turned sideways into three. I checked up and got pushed down the apron, but hung on to it. Garrison gave me a hole to get back up, and so we soldiered on. I felt like that was the end of my night, to be honest with you, because I was on the bottom, pinned in, and had lost kind of like that first few rows. Just kind of thought I was going to get like a 9th through 15th finish because there was just no way off the bottom. And then we got that last restart, or actually, sorry, we had the crazy lapper, and I got through that, gained a bunch of spots, and then was in the right lane on the restart. So really just wanted to finish because I knew I had a pretty big points gap. And then there was some people that got in wrecks earlier that were kind of around the bubble. So these kind of parted right there at the end. I pushed Matthew, and I was good, like just gonna stay the middle and push him. And I thought he would stay middle because that was kind of the momentum lane. And when he got down, I was like, well, hell, Garrison's giving me a hell of a push, so I'll just ride it out. And then when the 11 moved back up, I didn't want to slam him and then lose a bunch of momentum, and so I just moved to the top and somehow wrecked across the start finish line. So I was laughing. I pulled the broadcast up. I hit the inside wall so damn hard that your broadcast like instantly put Pitt beside my name. Like it was just murdered on impact. So I was like, man, that thing, it was like R.I.P.
Well, congrats on the run. It was a crazy race, like you mentioned with the crazy lapper and whatnot. But I will hand you off over here to Brent and see what Brent's got for you.
Alrighty. Seems like you had an adventure just like Spoiler tonight. Did you? Oh my gosh, my brain is not working right now. I'm. This is what happens when you run on 4 hours of sleep. Anyways, I'm gonna get my mind back into it. Were you were pretty much locked in tonight into this race? Did you have any form of aggression level, through the field tonight?
No, I qualified all right, and then I really wanted to go to the back early on, and somehow I got in the top lane, and it went to the front. So I was like, well, I'll get a lap lead and then bail. I don't want to say locked. I knew I had a hell of a cushion, but I just didn't want to. I don't want to wreck early and then have to sit here and wait, So
That's
I
understandable.
I wanted to hang out, at least get 10, 20 to go, let the field thin out a little bit, and then that way if I do die, right here at the end, like worst case could be like 20th. So no aggression. I'm not a very good plate racer. I'm not aggressive enough. Like Fody, it seems like he does all he can do to stay at the front. I'm just not. I don't throw the blocks. I don't work the lanes. I just kind of hang out and see what happens. So I will gladly take a dang second at Talladega. I like this round. I'm looking at the next round. Bristol kind of worries me, but the other two, I'm not. I like those. So we'll see how the racing gods treat us.
Hey, you want to shout out sponsors, people before we send you on your way?
Nope. Just thanks to the admins and the sponsors of the league and Fuller. We worked pretty good together. I was pushing that 11, and I was like, "What do I got to do here for you?" And he's like, "Run your race." So if I needed to question the 100% rule, I might have, but I didn't. So I was going to try to help him advance, but we'll keep going, try to work together, keep us both advancing. That way we can settle it out wherever the hell the finale is.
10-4, good run tonight, and we'll see you next week.
We're now joined here by race winner Matthew Weeks, just like you drew it up, right, Matthew? Got there, got the win, and won by, what, half a second?
Yeah, perfect, man. How I planned it.
Yeah, just drove off and left the field, right? Nobody could even keep up with you.
I
even
know,
with the
man.
track.
We had the big motor tonight, man.
So talk to us about it. How did it all get to the point of you winning the thing?
I don't know. I mean, I know when I started the race, I was +2, so I was just trying to play smart and be there at the end. And then we had that late caution before the Harrison's thing, and I was like 6 or something. I forget where I started. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay middle, man, and just ride it out and see what happens. And then luckily, that last restart, I just stuck with Fody, and my main goal was like, all right, I'm gonna push Fody clear, and then I'm gonna jump up and just see how it goes, and everything worked magic. Too bad we kind of wrecked some cars there in the tri-oval, but there's nothing I could have done getting hit that hard.
Yeah, it looked like Garrison might have been looking to go 4 wide, and kind of shades of that truck race we had here, last week or the week before when we were 5 or 6 wide coming across the line, but the hole closed up on him. Is that what you thought too from the seat?
Yeah, when I seen him coming with the run, I was like, damn, he's gonna go 4. So my instant, I was just going to block it. I didn't want to be put forward. I wanted to take that push to victory. Is what I want to do. It sent me sideways, but I was glad I was able to hang on and grab it though.
Yeah, I mean, it sent you sideways, and it wrecked Tyler Fody, so it made sure Fody didn't win. So you'd already won the race at that point, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I still got that 40 car,
Well, all right, Weeks. Congrats on the win. I'm going to hand you off over here to Brent, see what he's got for you.
Hey, Weeks, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Yeah, that was a good win tonight there. You noted, though, you were not a good plate trick qualifier. Did that play into any form of concern or worry as you've gone through the field tonight?
No, man. Every time I come to these tracks, I know I'm gonna qualify 25th or 30th. I know how I race though. I think I'm one of the best plate racers in the league, dude. So I don't care where I qualify, dude. If I'm at the up front towards the end of it, I have a big shot to win these things, I think. And so we usually do, man. Not most time. We usually Fody does or Robin, but I'm always up there in the mix. I feel like.
Bring up Fody's here, which I think is the first time I've been in a booth in like a year where he's not been up here at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. He always runs good. I mean, he runs good at every track, but he's always one of the better plate guys. He's always running up front, always winning these races. So
And
I'm
lucky.
surprised.
He's super lucky because he got
Mhm.
wrecked tonight once or twice, and
Oh,
now
dude.
got nothing.
He has that Jimmy Johnson golden horseshoe here at these tracks, dude. He misses all the big wrecks all the time, and I'm just like, how? Garrison and I go back and forth, like, how does he continue to do this?
Hey, you want sponsors, people you want to shout real quick here, Matthew?
Shout out 213. I know they're not my sponsor in this series, but no matter where I win or get up here, I always shout them out. And JV Designs, man, I've been trying so hard to get Justin in victory lane with this car, man, and it's been a year and a half since I won an Xfinity. So I mean, this series has just been bad luck after bad. I mean, bad race after bad race after bad race, and a couple of good finishes. So finally, glad to finally win in the series. It was just dragging on too long. And shout out to JD Designs too. Got to give shout out to John and Betty. She's shout out to her. Shout out to Ethan, Pro Edge, all those guys, dude. They work so well. We work so good at these tracks and everywhere else. And yeah, and Austin. Can't forget the Prez of Pro Edge. I always end up forgetting him because he's quiet most of the time and doesn't say a lot. But shout out to those guys and you, Chad, and everyone that races and everyone that watched. Man, it was fun while we ran green. The cautions, there was some iffy stuff, but other than that, it was fun.
Yeah, hopefully this is the race that turns it all around in this series for you. Again, congratulations on the win, Matthew. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. I hope it turns around too. I want to win more races in this series. It's been a struggle.
Cheers to that.
That was tonight's race winner, Matthew Weeks, as well as our second place finisher, Trey Eidson, and rounding out the podium, Justin Fuller. Guys, interesting race tonight with some drama throughout and some good battles, some good results needed for some of those playoff guys. And I do have the unofficial round of 9 here to share with you. Unofficially advancing to the next round, Tyler Fody, Trey Eidson, Ethan Burrell, Matthew Weeks, Chad Frankenfield, Garrison Hogan, Justin Fuller, Scott Crump, and Ethan Stanley, meaning 5 points out and unofficially eliminated Jay Connor. 6 points out, unofficially eliminated, is Kian Raleigh. 10 back is Braxton DeWeese. 30 back, Johnny Thomas. And 36 back, Leighton Norgard. So Connor, Raleigh, DeWeese, Thomas, Norgard unofficially eliminated from the playoffs here tonight. But what an interesting race it was, and maybe some final thoughts from you guys, and we'll start with Brent Jones.
Yep, just run-of-the-mill plate race, cutoff race tonight. Just full of drama, full of action, a lot of intensity up front. And of course, a lot of some broken hearts as well. But you get that in sim racing, and just what a great drive by Zeus tonight. Absolutely turned his luck around this year after so long of problems.
Absolutely. Chris Wright, what do you got for us, bud?
It was, like he said, crazy race, crazy cutoff race. There was some crazy stuff that happened tonight that's typical. And then there was the one incident that is just unacceptable, especially in any kind of iRacing, but especially in league racing. When you're racing with the same guys every week, there's just some things you can't do, and you can't go out on the racetrack and not be coherent enough to be out there and racing around people. So we'll see what happens with that moving forward, but I'm excited to see the playoffs move along, see what happens next week with these guys going to Bristol, and tune back in on Wednesday. The Cup Series is going to be at Talladega for its cutoff race. We've got the trucks kicking off in the middle of their playoffs next week there, so it's going to be race 2 of the round, and only one round in the Truck Series too next Sunday, so we got 3 races, and we're doing them all the way down to 4. There's not multiple rounds. You don't get multiple goes at it, so if you don't have a good round here, you're not going to be racing for a championship in that Truck Series. So I'm excited to see what's coming up here for Elite. Sports car stuff's been fun, so shout out to everybody at Elite Racing Network. I know Dave does a lot. Dave's on vacation. He had his birthday, so happy birthday to Dave. He still took the time to get some things situated with us there, as you know, Robert. So none of this happens without Dave. Of course, Robert, none of this happens without you either as producer. Nick had his first production last night.
Nick did a great job, by the way.
Yeah, he did an awesome job. And especially for his first one. His first one, it looked like he's been doing it a while, so lots of great stuff going on with the Elite Racing Network. Lots of new stuff coming ahead there with Belly Up. We talked to Johnny tonight. He talked about stuff coming next year that he didn't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet. So there's a lot of cool things coming, a lot of cool things down the pipe. Of course, Chad, all this happens because of Chad. Wouldn't happen without him. He runs a great league. We give him a hard time there, Chad Wide and whatnot. But
We're never going to stop giving him a hard time, though.
No, I'm not stopping giving him a hard time. I give everybody a hard time.
Yes,
That's
you
just the
do.
way it is. It's the way,
Yes, you do. But, yeah, for all of us here at the Elite Racing Network, tonight was, like I said, an interesting race. Lots of ups, lots of downs, some heartbreak, some relief for some of these drivers as well, like Matthew Weeks getting his first win in a while here in the Grand National Series. We got to thank all of our partners, Rebilas Photography, Blue Egg Marketing, Worldwide Technology Raceway, as well as TA Services for being here with us tonight. On behalf of myself, Chris Wright, Brent Jones, everyone behind the scenes that helps make this thing happen, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we will see you Wednesday night for Cup Series action from Talladega. Brent Jones, why don't you send us home, buddy?
Cheers!